Thank you, Prabhupada. I am very glad to share my thoughts on the draft IPR policy. But before I just come to that, the need and necessity of this kind of IPR policy was long desired. Most of the developed countries have their IPR policies. Even China had announced its national IPR policy long back. So when this new government came and took oath on the 26th May, it was incumbent on them when Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, is speaking so much about the innovation and technology and to create a skilled India. He has given several slogans. So this policy has also given a slogan of Creative India, Innovative India. And what I find from the policy is basically the IP ecosystem which we had also spoken during the inaugural session. So there are 7 aspects of the IPR policy which this draft policy has content in it. The think tank which was constituted was led by Mrs. Justice Prabhasri Devan and Mr. Narendra Savarwal, who is to join us in this panel. He was the convener to the think tank. This national policy was submitted to the government, though it is dated 19th December, was submitted formally on the 24th December. Now there are 7 aspects to this policy on the IP awareness and promotions, creation of IP, legal and legislative framework, IP administration and management, commercialization of IP, enforcement and adjudication, and human capital development. So broadly, this covers the entire IP ecosystem value chain, which speaks about creation, protection, enforcement, commercialization, and the IP awareness. So the government has taken IP awareness on the top of the agenda, and then also has thought about human capital development. We know India has a very rich human resource, and as per the World Bank study, now out of all the 3 important economic resources, the natural resources, the capital resource, and the human resource occupy the highest weightage, that is 64% out of 100, and capital resource is only 16%, the remaining 20% goes to the natural resource. So when we talk India to emerge as a super economic power in the coming years, we have to look back what is our human resource, because human resource is the richest economic resource in today's knowledge-based, knowledge-driven economy. Now, I have gone through this national IPR policy, although it speaks about in volume about all the respective objectives, but still I think it needs some improvement, and the Government of India has already put it on the website and is looking for the inputs. So what I think that even